All right, microphone check. You already know the Gemini Scorpio podcast is here. We are at episode. Damn, it's getting to be that point, right?
Yeah, 63.
63. Is it 63 or 64?
63. It's 63.
63. Man, we getting there. We getting there.
Yeah,
we not remembering this shit.
Hey. Yeah, I know. We're not even going to number them at this point.
Yeah, Gemini Scorpio podcast, episode 63. Mr. J Hill, I'm in the building.
Hiller Bay is here.
The whole gang is here. We're back in the city.
Yes.
Somebody said they thought we was in Houston. No, we're not in Houston. We're in the DMV.
Why did they think that?
I don't know, because you always looking hot, babe.
You feel me?
That's how they always look. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you slid that in there.
Yeah.
Very cute. Very
So
cute.
for the people that don't know, for the first time viewers and watchers, we want to just let y'all know I am Mr. J Hill. I am the Gemini.
I am the Scorpio. You already know.
Yeah, we are in a full committed relationship. That's my woman. I'm her man. You know what I'm saying? And just for the people that don't know, because a lot of people
we're in the
praise
full
her.
Like, are we swingers?
No. A lot of people just don't be knowing.
Okay, so they
Praise
thought I was
her.
your side bitch?
No.
Or you my side nigga? We are in a side nigga, side bitch relationship, full time. It's like, no, I'm just joking, babe.
Y'all
like
both
that
go home
joke.
to y'all
You
man.
ain't like that joke?
Yeah.
I was joking.
Special guests in the building today, BlaxkRo and Sasha.
Yeah.
Hello.
How y'all
hi.
feeling?
Feeling very good.
Feeling
Very
really
good.
good.
Thank you.
Before we get into the show, y'all know how I do. The gang is in the building. All right, let's see if we can do this. Gio the Leo is on the sound, of course. We got Lonte Bass God on the camera, on the guest camera. We got my guy Sherm on Sade and that wide shot, and my guy Joseph D. Friend. He's just controlling it all here, and he actually making me look good today. And last but especially not least, of course, our beautiful bartender Lex in the City is here.
Lexi, 3 X's and 4 Y's. You better know.
Yeah,
Lex
make sure y'all
in the
follow her,
City.
Lex in the City.
She always got some.
We're gonna
It is.
we're gonna
It's
get
real
her
nice.
some camera time.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
special.
Very
Thank you, darling.
nice.
We're gonna get her some camera time so she can tell us
Yes.
what she's making.
Yes.
And how people can get it.
Yes,
We
yes.
do have one audience member in the building.
Yes, that's my girl Nisa Ray,
Look at
one
the
of the
girlfriend.
littest hairstylists
Yeah.
in the DMV, the Stitch Braider. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, LA, DMV. You know how she do. She in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to her, man.
Yes.
So let's get into it. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
How was y'all week, man?
My week was actually very productive. Handled a lot of things this week. Got a lot of business getting done. Yesterday I went to New York with Nisa, and we took the girls to the Color Factory. So that was really cool. New York still fucking cold. Did not break how I thought. We broke a little bit down here, but it was a little chilly in New York, but it was a vibe. Definitely had some good fun. And I'm tired because I forgot it was daylight savings and we came back late like we was grown. So, bear with me. Once I sip this Lex juice, I'm gonna be up and up. And it's up and it's up and it's up and it's stuck. You already know. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Pretty good.
How was your week?
My week was cool. My week was fucking dope as it's dope as hell. So I got this new job. I think I just started a new job.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I got this new job. It's like work from home job. So now I'm kind of like corporate now. So I'm like,
So he
it's lit, you feel me?
So it went from entrepreneurship J to corporate J.
You know what I'm
You better tell them that you get in your bag.
But I'm gonna tell you why I love it though, because work from home. So I'm always in my entrepreneur bag. Cause
Yeah. Because now you get to do both.
they
at
got me
once.
doing what I do already. So it's
Yeah.
kind of dope. It definitely felt good. It's one of the few times where I really was excited because I really don't get excited. And everybody always be like, yo, you don't never show emotions. It's like, because things I show my excitement in a different way. But this was one of the few times where I actually was like, nah.
You feel good.
Yeah. So I really didn't go out that much. I definitely handled my business at home, and I was able to get other work done.
Yeah.
Before y'all go, just want to let you know, you can move your mic to get your drink. Because I know it'd be awkward. I don't want you to. So if you want to just get your drink, you could like just move it out.
Easily.
Thank you.
Just move it out the way. But yeah. So how was y'all week?
Very good. Very productive. I'm finishing up the book that I'm writing on my aunt that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
And I'm also starting a multimedia company so that I can launch all my books through my own company. And then I'll also get into more branding, marketing. And then the last thing coming out this year will be my cosmetics line. I have so many different things that I've been working on. I have 2 different teams I'm working with, but we've been moving, boy.
And are you a stylist or you're just stylish?
I'm just stylish.
You
Okay.
better
I am
fucking
not a
tell
stylist, but
them.
I'm
Somebody said
Okay.
something. I was like, okay, nah, because I like the fit. I like how you put it together. It's dope.
Mhm.
You guys are like kind of coordinating, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
that's my
are,
good sis.
sis.
That's my
Okay.
Libra sis.
Yeah,
Already
look good
locked
together,
in.
it's fine.
You know.
Yeah.
How was your week, dog?
Hey man, my week was very productive. Just been like me and my brother. We started our own like clothing brand. Everything. It's called
Yeah.
Over Everything. OE. That's what it stands for.
Okay.
I'm upset you ain't bring me a sweater. I could have threw it on or something. Like we could have been matching.
I'm gonna
You
see
know?
you. You said there's an R&B party. I'll see you tonight.
I
Oh,
say
is that-
that.
Yeah, tonight. There
We got time
Get
for
your
all
size.
that.
all that.
That's how we vibe out.
But yeah, I've just been in the studio because I'm a recording artist from
Yeah.
the DMV area from Maryland. So
Okay.
yeah, just been in the studio working. I got a project coming out this year called The Golden Boy. So
Mm.
that's why everything's just
Gold.
golden.
Everything
You know what I'm
gold.
saying?
Yeah.
I like
So,
that.
yeah.
We
And
fuck with
the
that.
name BlaxkRo, right? You said
Yeah.
you got it because people used to call you Black.
People used to call me Black, and my nickname used to be Roro, so I literally just
Put it together.
You
You know
Black
what's
Row.
crazy, and I think I talked about this a few times, yo. You know how like back in the day we used to get teased for little things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now as we
It's
became
lit.
adults, it's like it becomes dope, right?
Yeah.
Like I love the
Fashion.
fact that I'm black. Like
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it's be
Mhm.
sometimes I be like, man, I wish I was a little darker. I can get my Tyrese on. but it's funny because
Why
like
does
they,
everybody go to Tyrese?
the same thing.
I go to more chestnuts, so okay.
but
don't-
still,
Every
like it's like the
time.
same thing they used
That's
to
my
like
chocolate.
clown us for. When we-
Exactly,
They
yeah.
love it, right? Like
Yeah.
they love it. Like
Come on
Yeah.
now.
And then like even little things like freckles and like braces, they're
Mhm.
back in like style. Like girls even like go to try to get freckle tattoos.
Mm.
Like I didn't even know they were
Wow.
doing tattoos. I knew they were drawing them on, but like they're trying to get the dots. You know how
Wow.
you used to get
Yeah.
your mom probably had a little mole tattoo. My mom got one.
So
She got a
good.
little mole tattoo right here.
Right.
But now they doing the freckles. So you know
Wow.
they even you know what on TikTok it was a girl showing how you do fake braces. That's how I know shit is crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah, like so you know things that were back in the day like they probably. I hope this isn't a little too personal or anything like, but you know, they could probably call you names for being black, and
Of
not
course.
everybody black, like the artist black, or like
Mhm.
everybody, praising
Black is
melanin.
lit.
I want
Right.
to get
Yeah.
darker. I want,
Mhm.
you know, what
Everybody
I'm
wants to
saying?
tan.
So,
Tan.
oh yeah.
Exactly.
So everything, it all come back in style. We
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
and I want to make this known publicly because I feel like Monique felt the way.
What about
So
what?
and did I not mention?
you stole her
Monique? I feel like,
wings?
first of all, I didn't mention her.
You stole
First
her.
of all,
Wait, so you stole her wings and then
Wow. So
Say
we're
Monique
talking about
name?
that? We're talking about that?
yeah, I was about to
Wow.
apologize for the wings, and then when I said her name, I remembered that I didn't even say her name in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Monique,
Oh my
he got it out
God.
for you today, bro.
Nah, I'm
Shout out
sorry.
to Pink Celebrity in the building.
Yeah, she's on the
Our
screen.
set
She's-
hairstylist, our
everything.
everything. She get
Yeah.
it done. She get it done.
And
If-
I ate her wings by mistake, so I just
Yes,
want to make it known
you
that I
did.
apologize.
So,
Yeah, I got you. I
so
got
you
you.
owe Monique
Yes,
some
sir.
food.
I got you.
And the food in Baltimore be lit. So you better make them get you something good when we around the way.
Factual.
Cause
Right.
Hey, can
Yeah.
we do something different this
what's
time?
up? What's
right?
up?
Because I don't want to skip over that. You said we want to talk about it later. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it now.
Right.
So
Okay,
just for
what's
people
up?
that don't know, let the people know who you are,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then we can get into this as well.
All right. I'm Sasha Turnbo. I am the great niece of Annie Turnbow Malone. She is the beauty guru of the beauty world. She taught Madam T.J. Walker, Chuck Berry. She worked with Mary McLeod Bethune, Booker T. Washington, everybody. She was born around 1877 and she passed away in 1957. So what she was doing in her time frame started off very simple in her kitchen, making products, helping her sister's hair, all types of stuff. And then she started selling door to door. So before you had your Avon, your Mary Kay,
That
It
was
was-
the original.
it was Poro, right.
Yes.
So once she realized her formula was really helping people, she decided to broaden her horizons and she opened more schools. So she had the first Black cosmetology school
Wow.
in 1918, and that was a whole community campus. Like she had a Black hospital, okay, because our people could not get treatment. Okay, she had
Amazing.
her own seamstress. She had her own theaters for performances, so we can get
on.
entertainment. Okay, the building had a rooftop garden, honey, because
Come on.
all of the products were naturally and handmade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when I
Talk about
say
it innovative. Oh my.
yes, and at that time now that complex was around maybe like $500,000, right?
And at that time, $500,000
So
that was
probably
a lot.
For a
of
Black
money.
woman now, right?
Yes. Yes.
And we're even finding out that she even she had to lie about her age through certain documents because she wouldn't be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
as young as she was.
Yeah.
And so, she married husbands that were, very well respected so that could
Yeah.
help her negotiate in different ways. But they ended up betraying her in the worst way because, they started working with white people.
Yeah.
And then those white people would coordinate to burn down her buildings. So a lot of documents and records now got lost, right? My family has a lot of stuff. That's why my books, my projects will be very personal because I have a lot of things that people will never find.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when people try to talk about first, I understand that, you know, that is a big deal to the world. But I want to at least show how women come together and build an empire. Because at the end of the day, that Netflix show was very confusing for me.
So let's, before you go too far, right? Because I feel like a lot of people probably don't catch on. The Netflix movie.
Self-Made.
I can remember, yes. So Self-Made came out on Netflix. It's a 4-part series on the life of Madam C.J. Walker. And I do love the work that she did and how she uplifted Black women and started her empire. And I feel like she lived a very luxurious life.
Right.
And I feel like the fact that that series, even though it was, you know, supposed to be on her life, they had a lot of attributes in the movie that really made. They really had parts of the movie that sorry, that's my whole train of thought.
Okay.
Wasn't true.
We're not true at all.
So,
but they didn't just disrespect my aunt, is what I guess I'm trying to say.
Okay,
a lot of it was fictional. There are a lot of parts of the movie that were not true. So even scenes with other important people like Booker T. Washington and different things that they say happened, you know. It's like, y'all are supposed to be creating these films. These films are created by Black women on worldwide platforms to educate people on Black history. So if there's a lot of fiction in these films,
you're misleading them.
And you're having a lot of prominent Black people portrayed in them, you know what I mean?
You're misleading them because you're not giving them the true.
Yeah.
And so,
I feel like that's a normal thing.
Yeah,
almost
because I was gonna say it's so
shows.
crazy because, like, you know, I kept saying the other day they're coming out with like another Notorious B.I.G., right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, every time one comes out, they're like, that's not facts, or somebody's like disputing what's being said, and then they keep coming out with another one because I think what happens is people keep trying to repaint the correct picture, and I think now it just dawned on me how important it is to continue to push the right narrative, or you're gonna have, like how they kind of say is, you have to tell your truth, because they'll write it for you. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I think that's really dope that you're still taking on your family's legacy to continue to tell the correct story, or like you said, they'll write it for you. You know what I'm saying? So
for people that just want to continue to paint this picture, so people know your great aunt your great aunt.
She was the first
Hispanic lady, or the light skin.
The woman that portrayed her. Yes, okay. So it was a light skinned woman. She was supposed to be mulatto.
Okay.
Right.
I remember her.
And so her name was Addie Monroe. They didn't even use the correct name.
Just so people can know. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, they made her name Addie Monroe because they knew that.
Do
you want to go there? Are we gonna go there? Because if we're gonna go there, we can go there.
Yeah, we can go there.
So and like I said, it's starting off, it got, like, when I think about this, I do get emotional every time because they even had a woman portray my aunt's mother when my aunt was orphaned at 11. So and these are my great grandparents. Like, this is my family. So people say, why don't take this personal? Do that? No, this is my family. If I'm gonna fight for anything, right? I'm gonna fight for my family.
Blood. Right.
And y'all over here on worldwide platforms having her chase you around in different states when she actually already had colleges in those states. She was already treating and helping other people and men and women in those states. And then at the end of the day, you come out at the end of the movie and say, you know what? Yes, I did steal your products.
Wow.
Oh my God. The last episode. And I'm like, all right, look.
Yeah. It's offensive. It's a lot. It's very offensive.
And for my aunt's
but they
timeline.
still praise her, like, she literally admitted that she stole the products, and you're still praising the woman that stole. Like, it's right in front of your face, but we're still gonna go with her.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but it's not even about that. Like,
so it's crazy because like Madam C.J. Walker is.
You ready?
Yeah, because like
we
gotta respect our legends. Right?
Yeah.
And I do respect her just to go there because this is how I would have painted it, right? Madam C.J. Walker went to my aunt's schools, right? She had psoriasis, got her scalp treated, right? She did take products, go to other states, built her own business. You know, she worked with chemists to create more products. She expanded that business, made it very luxurious, and she did the damn thing.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I promote Black luxury.
Yeah.
I promote any entrepreneur.
Yeah,
and I love what she did. I'm frustrated that they think it's okay to say that, oh, wait, the student gets the praise, but we get to knock off the teacher anytime we want to.
So that, so that brings me to a point because it's so crazy because last week we recorded in Atlanta, and I remember, we were just all in conversation, and I remember another entrepreneur said something that I actually sat on, and I would like to get your intellect on it. He was like, if you can't figure out something to do, get inspired by something and take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
don't change what you do. Change your
location.
Yeah.
And you know, so many people. Do you look at it as an inspiration more so, or do you look at it as a copy more so? Because I feel like inspiration can come from so many areas. And, you know, somebody will look at something, for example, somebody might create something and they might have not had the, what word I want to use, the way to really create that big audience for it, but they created it. Like, you know, and then somebody who does have that eye took it and like ran with it, and it became so much bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah. Is that necessarily a bad thing?
No, I do not think that's a bad thing, but that's not what Madam TJ Walker did. Because my aunt created Poro Wonderful Hair Grower. Right. She took Madam TJ Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower. The canisters were the same. She just replaced everything. You know what I mean? So it was we had to like have our exact, like, and it was even a point that, but my whole thing is, it's not just with Madam C.J. Walker, because my aunt went to court with P&G. We love P&G. Okay, my aunt went to court with so many different women. I have court cases with so many people, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to paint a picture about this Black woman. So that's why, like I say, I'm frustrated that Netflix made it a big deal about my aunt, because I would have had her do a little 10-minute cameo. Right. Went to the school, then she went about her business. Give her due diligence without having my aunt. Right. Because at the end of the day, Madam Walker passed away when my aunt was probably, what, like 30, 40? She lived to like 80 something. You gonna tell me that you gonna think this beef was relevant in her life, the last 40 years of her life? No.
So it wasn't one of those,
come on now.
What Jay-Z say? He made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. It was basically, she made it a hot line, so I took the line and I used the same hot line.
Right, hey, now it's a banger. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now that makes sense. So,
Go ahead.
What gets you, so like you said, right, and I'm gonna be the audience, because I'm gonna just be completely transparent.
Let's do it.
When I think about it, I'm kind of on the side of, like you said, like people say don't take it so serious, like it's just a great, and I'm like, why is that so important to your legacy and your history? Because again, for me, I guess because I don't have the legacy and the history behind me, I probably don't understand. So why is it so important for you? What has your family done that made it so important for you over the time?
So it's very important for me, one, because the pain is what I had to witness. I am the first one you are seeing from my family fighting for this woman's legacy. It had to skip 2 generations, okay,
but why
after
you
she
fight,
passed.
though? Why the fight?
And I'm fighting because we are here to build something. When you pass, are you going to allow people to disrespect your name? When you pass, you want your family to be able to correct your name.
Right.
Do you expect people to listen to your family and honor what they say to be true? Because at the end of the day, if she already started that blueprint, all of the beauty world, everybody can understand that they came from Black women, okay?
And you know, it's another thing, because everybody wants to build legacy. That, like, especially now, like that's the new common terminology you'll hear, like legacy. I need my kids to have legacy, and then you see somebody fighting for legacy, and people look at it like,
what are you doing?
Why are you doing that? But the whole time, that's actually the goal. That's actually the mission. We should be fighting for legacy, like, because, for example, if I create something, you know, and my daughter doesn't fight for it, but my granddaughter does. I mean, that's my legacy. Like, you know what I mean? Who's to tell them, like, it's not that big a deal? Like, first of all, that's my mama's mom. Yes, it is. Like, especially if it's something so profound and really made history. Like, it really turned the culture.
You know why I think it's so overlooked? Because I think in the Black culture, in the Black community, we don't have it as much. Right? So it's so easy for us to overlook it, because I don't know how it feels to have. I don't know how it feels to have that.
Just to further answer your question, that was my frustration. Okay, I learned about her because I was so angry, because I didn't have a solid connection with my family. So I don't know where my roots are.
You were like, what the fuck?
I started calling all my elders, and that's the thing. I had better relationships with my older cousins than my younger cousins, because I was calling them like, so what happened? And then she did this, and then she what?
And nobody saying nothing. Like, oh nah, like
the second largest African American parade is held every year in St. Louis in her honor. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
What?
For real.
Are you kidding me? Don't do it.
And it's not nationally accredited.
What?
Like,
Tom Jordan and everybody would be out there. It's a huge event. When I went out there, it was crazy. And like, and my last
here
thing
you are, one of her descendants.
When you look at her,
around, like,
if you see her picture, if I pull up her picture right now and you see her, oh my God, people look at us and they're like, oh yeah, that's you.
So like I said, you're not a stylist, but style runs through your family.
It does.
I'm very
generational.
Stylish.
Hey, BlaxkRo, tell me a little bit about your background and your family. Like how do you have a big background when it comes to family and history?
My family runs deep. Like mom and dad. Like I'm from Cameroon. That's where my family is originated from. I was the only one in my family born in America.
Wow.
Everybody else, you know what I mean, came from
youngest of 6, honey. Okay, youngest of 6.
And y'all y'all tight when it comes to like just traditions and
all that.
Yeah.
All of it.
Like what? I'm sorry.
Like family, I can't even explain. Without family, like I really feel like life is honestly just worthless. Like if you don't really have family.
Excuse the hell out of me because my life ain't worthless. Nigga.
No, I'm just saying, but you got family though. Like family can be blood, not blood.
Exactly, because I was gonna say it's so crazy because just hearing both of your family dynamics, and me and Jay both, we have like minimal family here, and we grew up with like very little family, like so that actually dawned on me like how that probably shaped your relationship. Just having those dynamics of that, like even though you may feel like you have minimal family, but you have such a legacy to hold on to. That's a strong legacy to hold on to. So it almost still gives you some type of blanket. Like, damn, my great auntie probably would have loved me, honey. I would have been her favorite. Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have been her favorite. And even though she's not here, you probably can still feel that
you definitely
that energy running through that, right? And then you have your family that's so big, like, and and you guys are tight, so you have that blanket, so it gives you a different sense of just family orients, like
I feel like that's what really keeps us together for real.
And that's what I was gonna ask you, right? So like we talked about this over in a meeting, and like we had a different question, but I want to phrase it differently because again, we come from just a background of like just us and probably our mom.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And they were the closest friends to us and like our family friends, right? Yeah. But you guys have such great legacies on both sides.
Yeah.
How does that coexist in a relationship, right? Like how does that look in y'all everyday relationship when y'all talking about your families and the legacy behind it?
So I know because I know for me, it's very important because I really admire his family because the way they get together, the way the cousins get together. And I want you to know when they come deep. Like holidays is like 50, 60 people.
Damn.
And that's not the whole family. That's just the people that live in Maryland. If we're flying in, it's hundreds.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. His father passed away in 2019. And so the repast for his father, let me tell you something. Over like 5,000 people at the thing.
Wow. Talk about impact.
It was huge. Okay.
Just to even have that many of your family members show up. Like, and I think like, and I'm going to touch on this only because, like I have family that I don't even talk to. Like just real. Like, so when you think about passing and 5,000, like that means your father was impactful to his family in a way that many people would show up out of respect alone. You know, that's amazing. Like, so that's amazing.
Man, y'all know me. Like,
here you go. Toxic Jay said.
Do y'all ever fight about it at all or no?
We definitely fight because
about this in particular.
Yes, about this topic. Yes, because my thing is, I'm okay with being so alone. So he'll be like, no, we have to include this or we have to do this. And I'm
baby,
like,
I'm used to
no, if they don't want to get with the program, I'm good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's trying to make it work.
But he's like, no, we worked this out. We talked this out. So
that's what you're used to.
I have to not shut down. I have to be more open. And it's even helped me mend more relationships because as my aunt's story is coming out, I'm actually meeting more family members.
Yes.
Like, it's so
that's
crazy.
So amazing. And like, I say all the time, like, I have siblings, half siblings, but I always thought it was important to have a relationship with them because if you don't got nobody, bro, you got your family. Like, that's your blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have your bloods back. And, I teach the same thing to my daughter. Like, it doesn't matter what the disconnect was. You always mend that relationship because that's your blood.
Yeah, I can't just get up and walk away from
exactly.
this.
Like, that's your blood.
Yeah.
Yo, so it's crazy that you say that, right? This show is kind of unorthodox in a way of like we
go positive, we go toxic. It go everywhere. It goes everywhere.
We usually have a
Gemini Scorpio podcast.
the name.
Why y'all over here trying to explain it when y'all gave it the title? It deserves.
The name speaks for itself. I love it.
I want to touch on something that's kind of like out of. Matter of fact, first of all, before I do that, how is that for you? Right, like when things though, because I know you got to get frustrated. Like when your family is we're not all on the same page, but you gotta make it work. Yeah. Like how is that for you? And even I feel like as men we have so much on our shoulders that we don't talk about, and that's we got to do a better job at communicating. But in your case, right? Even though I don't know and I haven't seen it, but I can relate to it to the simple fact that is, I feel like I can almost feel a frustration of okay, my family doesn't want to get with the program. I have to almost move in a way so we can all get to the program. That's a frustration in one. And then the other frustration is my woman may not understand that, but I still have to somehow break it down for her to understand. But that's two different frustrations that
I'm in the middle. You're in the middle now.
Right? It's like, man, somebody give me a damn break. How is that for you though in those moments?
I mean, of course, like you said, we get frustrated, but at the end of the day, I know like the end outcome is gonna be perfect.
Yeah,
like, that's all what I look forward to. Whatever I gotta do in between this, that, and the third, it don't matter. I'm gonna get it done, and we gonna enjoy ourselves. Right.
If that ain't a fact,
like it's simple.
That'd be me. But wait, how?
That's some Gemini.
How are you? I can see the positive in it, but I always see where we go wrong. How is it in those moments though? Because I feel like you might be thinking that, but do you communicate that like, all right, this is how we got to do it? Because me, I'm like, we're gonna get it done.
I just spoke on that like last podcast. I was like, JB, like it's just like, look, we're gonna get it done. You'll see. Yeah. Come on, and I be like, no, because
sometimes I'll just be moving and like
move with me.
Yeah, that's what I be. But she be like, you gotta tell me what. I be like, dog, just come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, just
hop in the car, man.
But I let her tell her I'm not no ride or die.
You don't communicate. No,
because I'm not a ride or die. I need to know where we going.
Move how I move. Move with me. You with me? Are you with me? That's how I ask her. Are you with me? Let me know now. Let me know now.
You don't even gotta move with me. You know what I'm saying? Just get on my back. I'll carry you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but exactly.
Get in the car, bro.
Can we agree?
Can we in the car, I'm on your back and still moving.
But can we agree that sometimes y'all make it look scary? Like it's like, okay, I want to get on your back, but nigga, your back hurts. Right. You about to fall. And I'm like, I don't want to make it fall if I add on to the back. Right. Like, listen.
We ain't falling.
Yeah.
We ain't falling. Sasha,
we ain't falling.
Yes. You coming out with this story, right?
Got you.
The story is gaining a lot of buzz, generating a lot of buzz. Now you meeting other family members.
Yes. Fuck is this like?
So you telling me? So you telling me?
You know what it is.
You ain't getting DNA tests because I need to know who my real people is. You might just saying
cousin. It's gonna make me.
So, yeah,
cousin, I'm stylish too.
Let me tell you something. Everybody and their mama was on Facebook blowing me up. I need you to know. So yes,
you my sister.
I'm first looking at the family trees because people have sent me family trees videos. The whole family in the background. Hello. I'm looking like
it's a setup.
Y'all look to me and saw dollar signs. No.
Yo,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo,
just for the record, that's my cousin.
Okay. Everybody
yo,
just for the record.
Same last name though. You be like,
same last name. We coordinated because it was here is hereditary.
I want to tap into some uncharted territories, right?
Let's get there
for a second.
Okay.
You want to take the shot?
And I got you.
Take a shot after the
This is really for you. No, we're gonna take. No, we're gonna get into the shots. Trust me. It's really for you. So I don't know if y'all been following the I don't even know what the name of because I haven't been watching too much. The Royal Court.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So I don't know if y'all been following it.
The Brits.
Right. So I wanted to ask you specifically because this is something that for you would be really, really strange. Like so what happened was, and if y'all know a little bit more, you can definitely jump in because I don't know nothing. So for what I know, that's why I say uncharted territories. I don't know. So y'all can judge whatever y'all want.
Like,
I don't
AKA
care.
is about to get ignorant.
Hey, I'm not scared of y'all. So what happened is, I guess they walked away from, they separated themselves from the family because it was some racism and a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So what they did was separate themselves from the family. And I wanted to get your perspective, specifically because I was talking to Sade's mom and she gave me a idea or a thought that was different, and I was like, wow. So she was saying, no matter what happens with my family, like if my wife or my husband if they feel away, let them speak out on it. But that's my family, so I don't speak out on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to turn my back on my family because I never know when I might need them.
Yeah.
And even if it's racism, I'm not saying racism is right. However, I'm saying family, whatever
and
we
more
got
so
out,
like in the public eye,
right?
Because
so
like my mom might address them to herself,
yeah, but she's never
going
gonna
to take it public because you can't.
That's family.
Make the family look.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask
divided.
you. I wanted to ask you about that. If your family was to do something so detrimental, right? Let's say, we black, so we can't be racist. But let's say, I don't know, like. Just
religion. Black people get touched with religion.
So detrimental, right?
Okay, religion. I like
right.
religion.
Let's say
I like religion. That's
they want to you like you want to do what?
Yeah, they want to get the grain.
You about to be a Catholic?
And your woman
Muslim.
wasn't.
Who you know?
Your woman wasn't okay with it, right? And she said, "Yo, I'm not feeling comfortable with this." would you step away from your family? And if not, how would that look for you?
No, we address it. We'll have like a family meeting.
But if they not okay with it, they like, I'm sticking
to their guns.
When I speak, it's getting done.
Okay, come on, Cameron.
Can I say one thing? His family is true to the family meetings. Every time I see them,
if there's an issue, we get together.
First Saturday of every month, they hop on Zoom and they talk. It used to be all at a house. Yeah. And I see that and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. I might see my family at a funeral, might not.
Okay. And it's crazy too.
That's as simple as it gets for me.
I think the part of Jay's question though, so
please help me out.
His family wasn't receptive. Like, so it's one thing to be able to come together to a family meeting and like, okay, this is the issues my wife is having. She's feeling secluded. She's feeling like you guys are racially attacking her. Yeah. You guys are not treating her fair. I almost felt the same with my mom. Not almost, he did. I felt the same with my mom. Can we fix this? Yeah. But that's one meeting. If the family comes back like, you know what? I'm sorry I made you feel these ways. We don't want to make you feel like that. How can we work together? It wasn't that. It was... That's not happening. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. Well, and so what be deuces?
So would you? It would be
I would separate myself.
But would you speak? Would you speak out on your family in public about?
No, never. That's not a thing. No.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Okay, so do you think they had to speak out for this fate because of who they were, or do you think?
Yeah, I feel like it's the status.
And I also think Prince Harry. He was so frustrated about what happened to his mom. Yeah. That he was so traumatized of not letting it happen to his wife. So what happened to his mom? So basically, it was around the same things. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't like verbiage wise. I'm not going to be politically correct. However, like it was, she.
You can say what happened.
The mom wanted to part ways from the royal family. Yes. Due to what exactly? It was because I know she was experiencing
multiple things.
It was multiple things. I just don't know the verbiage exactly, and I don't want to like.
Yeah, no. She was experiencing some of similar situation. Yes, and then she was ready to leave, and in the midst of her just leaving and doing a whole bunch of things, I remember they said like her paparazzi was chasing her, and then there was a huge accident. Yeah, but
So I'm gonna make a bold statement, and again, I give no fucks about none of this. I feel like. All these motherfuckers is racist. They I feel like if you're gonna be a part of this, you know what the fuck is going on from a jump.
Well, I'm not. So and I also think because Princess Diana, she's not black. No. So I think what it is outside of racism, I think that people there's another issue outside of racism that even in politics and money creates, right? So when you're from a family of such stature, it's the automatic seclusion they give you if you're not getting with the program, almost like. Patriarchy, like you know what I'm saying, almost like patriotism, like where if you don't do the white standard, you don't exist. Like we push you to the side if you're not going to fall in line. And I think it's the same thing when you look at those royal families. It's the thing. Look, this is what we've been doing for years in this rich family of what kept us rich. You're not coming in here and changing anything because this is how we did it. And I have a problem with that because a lot of their ways are from such old ways. Yes. Like we're living in a new time.
Clocks don't even look the same
exactly anymore, and they still have those same clocks in the house. Like I get it, like but get digital. Like you know what I'm saying? But that's how it be. Like it's like one of those things. Like I used to say about my job. Like my company has been around for over 100 years. When I first started working there, I'm like, what the fuck are they using this old ass database that makes work harder? Like there's so many ways like that we can make this simplified. Like why are we not moving into, then pandemic hits. Now everybody's in a frenzy because nothing works and we got to figure out, you old motherfuckers got to figure out virtual world. Right. To me, it's the same thing when you look at those type of
rural families.
It's like they're operating in this, like almost like they're still wearing those, those long cloaks with the diamonds down with the princess tiara walking around. It's legacy, though. It's legacy. However, the people who are coming up, you're almost being unfair. That's like, okay, for example, I have a daughter. If I keep trying to instill these waves of, she's Generation Z, bro. They're not learning like that. School's not like that. Everything in society is telling them not to be like that. So that's how I'm growing outside of this house. And you expect me to go in the real world to be myself. And I can't.
But that's easy for us to say because, again, we came up with just us and our family, right? And that's why I direct these questions specifically for you, BlaxkRo, because, you do have a family that runs deep. Not a royal family.
I mean, but he's from...
y'all run... I didn't even want to say royal Because the Royal family, I'm not even going to put y'all. But yeah, you have a family that runs deep legacy. The legacy runs deep. Do y'all have certain traditions that's old and that just sticks around?
I wouldn't say we have certain traditions.
I heard your accent right there.
Maybe
not that way.
Beg. I wouldn't say traditions because, like I said, my parents came here in what 1995.
Yeah,
so
that's still fairly, but that's still late if you look at it in
93. Man, I was born in 95, so maybe they came in like 93 or something like that. But not old. Maybe wedding wise, like marriages. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they have traditions, but it's not. It's not nothing deep like you know what I'm saying. Like the royal family you're talking about.
Apparently, the young lady said she was like suffering. Like she was like suffering from depression and she thought about having suicidal thoughts. So I definitely want to touch on that. And the one thing that we are going to be politically correct about because it's the morally right. You know, like we never want to promote anything that give us that type of pain. Right? Like we always want to seek help. We always want to promote help therapy. I'm pro that 100% because like those type of pains is different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't want to overlook that. But I will say is it's crazy talking about it like that because we don't talk about family enough because we're not used to it.
Right. And I also think like even in our like not just even as young adults, like dealing with even dating in a relationship, dealing with people's family it can give you a form of anxiety sometimes, like you said, because you're not used to how they do things. You're not used to that. So I can only imagine on a royal scale, you know, having to deal with those family barriers because, you know, we already kind of face them even just in regular day life. Like you have to get to know his family, what they like. And if it's something you don't like, you still got to adjust. Like, it's like, I got anxiety. Like this is too much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let's take a shot for family. Come on.
Let's take a shot.
Y'all acting like y'all not trying to test y'all cups. Like,
what you mean? I'm waiting for Lex to refill.
You're right.
Before she leaves.
We need to
shot for family. Yes.
Shot for family.
For the family. For the family.
I got to do this again. I don't want
My bad, Lex. Party foul. Come on, man. You bullshitting.
What do you think?
Everybody took that shot except for you. We waiting on you now. You holding us up.
It stinks.
And then you chase it with the liquor.
Yo, I got a question. I got a question for y'all.
Talk to
what
me.
is so that we talked about the legacy and families, but what does legacy look like to you? Even like to you, babe. Like even though we don't have it, but what
ask her, I'm still trying to get
you're so funny. In my mouth. Legacy to me, and one thing I'm learning and loving with his family is choosing something that you're gonna hold on to and making sure that it gets passed down. And so that's one thing I know I'm doing with my aunt. I'm choosing everything that I know once I'm done talking about it, we're not discussing this no more. Once I pull everything out, it's done. So I know respect his family.
Put some respect on it.
One thing I do want to say, you know, traditional things, you know, maybe they might not have as many traditional gatherings, but the clothing is still there, the food is still there. You know what I mean? They still have a lot of traditional ways, you know, the dresses that they wear around the house, everything is such a vibe. And I know that one thing I always share with his sisters is, you know, y'all got to teach me these recipes. So that even if I'm not in the house, you know, I would love for our kids to know eat this. You know what I mean? Not even just on holidays, but on an everyday type of thing. You know what I mean? So I think it's important to choose the important pieces of your culture that you want to hold on to. Forward. Make sure they're passed down. And I think that's a good legacy.
No, for sure. You know, for me, like, you know, I just want to shout out to, you know, the first round generations that are breaking those generation curses who don't have a lot of legacy to pass down. So, you know, you're pulling from things that you don't know much about, but you're creating your own, you know, like, and like you said, picking things that are important that you absolutely want to instill in your children, instill into everybody you come across that is in your immediate circle that, you know, because sometimes it's not always children. Sometimes it's your first cousin or somebody you're close to that may teach their children. You may not have, you know, kids. So I'm sensitive to all sides, but something like you said that you can pass down. You know, I definitely think, you know, right now for me, legacy looks like, you know, a lot teaching my daughter the things I didn't know, a lot to how to credit, money, finances, businesses, like, you know, things that I had to learn later in life, you know what I'm saying, that would have, you know, assets, you know, investing and things like that I'm learning later on in life that had I had a head start in, you know, I might have been a lot farther, you know. So she's 11, but she's already dabbling in business and things like that, so that, you know, pushing the forward coach, you know, pushing the culture forward and paying it forward. You know, she's going to be able to know this a lot earlier. That will set her up a lot faster so that she can teach somebody else as well. So you know, and it was dope. I was actually, you know, with my girl yesterday. It just felt good to even sit in the car to talk about trading and stocks and investment and Bitcoin and
that's what y'all did in the car when y'all was on your way back.
Yeah, and listen to R&B and twerk music.
Oh, that's why you got back at 4:00 in the morning again.
Because we was talking about cryptocurrency.
Ain't no damn cryptocurrency in the world is getting you back at 4 in the morning.
Shut up. But even like just even having those conversations, you know, because you know, you go through life and you gotta, you know, when you can count how many times you probably had those conversations in small circles, like it's not always happening because, you know, a lot of times we're just not focused because we don't know no better. But you know, the older you get and you sit in more conversations like that, the more your mind wanders and the more, even when you're by yourself, you know, I'm bored, you know, let me look up, you know, something I can invest in, or let me look up some, resources of my next step. Like, you know, it just really makes a difference to the day to day.
Exactly.
So,
I want to, I'm going to say a statement, right? And I want to see what y'all think about it. I want to get everybody.
You know, I always got to give you the side eye because you never know what you.
No, I got this, shorty.
Okay. Can I shout out? I was gonna say, can we shout out to Alex because I really miss him because normally I hear him talking.
Shout out to Alex.
Yeah,
my brother.
Normally Alex is sitting right there like, so I got a question, and they're like, you know, so you know, I noticed you filled in. You've been doing a great job, babe. But right before you said that, so right before you said that, I almost looked right there and I was waiting for Alex to be like, so I got a question.
Right.
So you know, and it wasn't there. So you know, shout out to our producer. Alexander the Blanc.
Scroll up, my bad, not that. So I was waiting for him to read this shit because I'm like, bro, you keep putting quotes and shit. You know, damn well I ain't reading that. But I'm gonna say a statement. I want to get everybody's opinion on this. We gotta grow in love. What do y'all think about that?
I do believe in growing in love. I feel like we both have grown since we've gotten together. Because I'm not as stubborn.
How long you guys been together?
A year and a half.
Okay.
It'll be 2 years.
Yo, we be starting to look like the OGs when people sit down. They're like, we like,
yes.
Well, Ben did that.
We starting to look like the OG.
But we always get like, people always think like we've been together
for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say growing in love, what do you guys think about that?
I think that it's important for me to accept that he's not perfect and that as he evolves, I'm willing to evolve with him, even if we're not evolving at the same time. I think sometimes I used to get frustrated because, you know, if I got a promotion at work or if I got, you know, a big bonus in something and he's kind of down about something, I'm getting real frustrated and I'm like, what are you doing? We gotta get it together.
Yeah.
And then he'll be up and then I'll be chilling and I'll be like, oh, my project is down. You know what I mean? Like the balance, when our balances are off and he'll hold me accountable. And I think that's important of growing, like knowing your partner, adjusting with your partner and then evolving, you know, accepting, you know, that you're not perfect and I'm not perfect and we can still grow in the love of what we want to do, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't like too many people, but you know, I like you. So I can deal with you all the time.
The same thing. I don't like nobody. So if I like you, I like you.
What about you, bro? Like what comes to your mind when I say grow in love?
Well, growing in love would be like when I found her, I was
when
in
I found her, what she was on the
street. She wasn't in the street, but
when I found her, where she was.
We was in the house. The street was right there. The street was just so far. You feel what I mean?
Nigga said she wasn't in the street, but she was close to it.
Close to it. We both
were. I'm not gonna play my good Libra sis
I'm
like
about to say, because people who know me, hello, you know.
Nah, because you just said, because when you said it, I ain't lie. When you said it, you was like, sometimes I gotta recognize that, you know, he ain't gonna be where I'm at. He looked at you like, nigga, you ain't gonna be where I'm at either.
That's how they be doing.
He ain't gonna evolve when I evolve. Like,
you hear me? Evolve? Where are we going?
Evolving and I'm not. That's how you like, what? But no, go ahead.
Now, for real, like, when I found her, I was in like a really, like, I don't even want to say dark, just a really sad space. Because like I said, I was just dealing with my father. My father was in a coma for like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in a coma for 10 years and he passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
4 days before his birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I said, she really came in my life at the perfect time. And like when we first started off, of course, it's, you know, it's fresh. You're learning each other. So like I know I've grown so much of just being, I want to bro him so bad. Just being together for a year and a half. Like she's helped me grow in so many different aspects. So you know what I mean? Like,
so you do believe that like you have to grow in love?
Yeah, of course.
So I think, you know, when I first seen it, to me it stood out because it might not be something that stands out a lot to people, but for me, I looked at it and I automatically thought like engagement, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like, you know, like I'm not gonna propose to somebody that I'm not already in love with. Right? The first thing I thought. And then I'm like, wait, I thought about me and Sade's experience with love. And I definitely feel like we had to grow in love. And for me, it was kind of the opposite, right? Like you saying she met you and you was in a dark space. Like Sade met me and it was like up lit. Like shit, I was in one of the best places I could have been. But then I also fell down to one of the worst places I could have been, right? And I feel like, and even like vice versa, I think it was probably like semi hard time for her. And then like now it's probably getting to be one of her best times. Like it's getting back to her
so
everyday
like
life, right?
That opposite.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, you know, like I had to realize that, okay, first of all, we aren't going to be the same person throughout our entire life, right? We're going to change multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
So
every day.
And I think about it, and I'm like, yo, okay, I'm not who you met. You might not be who I met. Does that change who we are? Right? And when I was looking at it, I'm like, you know, it's so many times that I get on her nerves just as much as she get on my nerves, but it's like, we gotta grow in love because we here for each other.
Don't stop.
But yeah, so when I
you should have seen him just staying on his face. He was like, here we fucking go.
So, I was gonna ask you.
He couldn't help himself. That's what he was like.
He loved me.
Because people be in denial, bro.
Speaking of the denial, a moment of transparency. I promise you, a moment of transparency, right? I feel like I be saying the most random shit when it don't make no sense, but moment of transparency. Speaking of denial, right? I feel like, see, I'm grown. Like you was born in 95. I'm old now. I'm sorry, but I was walking my friend. I was
born in 91.
Nah, no cap. I was walking with my friend, right? I was hosting a party, and you know, it was a lot of ladies there. Yeah. And I looked to my friend and I said, bro, I'm at an age where I recognize the reality of life. And I said, I know for a fact, or I don't say I know for a fact, I either said I know for a fact or I wonder. Yeah. I'm like, but you know, when I was young, I wouldn't dare to think that my girl was going out and be like, damn, all these fine niggas in the building, I got a man, right? And I looked at him, I swear, and I said, yo, I'm a grown up now. And I know for a fact she's probably going out and she's probably saying, damn, these niggas is fine in this bitch. These niggas is balling. I said it to say because people don't be in tact reality. Yeah. And at that moment, I realized that, you know how many times we try to separate each other? Like, I promise you this story makes sense. But like, we try to separate each other. But at the end of the day,
following you, babe.
We all human. So just as much as I can go out and be like, damn, she fine as shit. My girl probably saying the same thing when she going to New York, probably saying, damn, that nigga look good as hell. So I say that to say,
damn.
I say that to say,
look at his goatee.
Niggas need to. No cap though. And I ain't mad at you because I feel you. I feel like niggas need to.
What you mean you feel me? You had a wonderful night, huh?
No, I didn't. I work. Listen, all I'm saying is I'm being more understanding to the fact that we are human.
Yes.
It's not about me being a man, her being a woman. It's a fact that just as much as I can look at anything and think anything, she can look at anything else and think
basically
anything
nobody's
as well.
exempt.
Exactly.
Nobody's
right. But I feel like as coming up, we were so like we try, like we're in denial, like we're so out of touch with reality. It's like, oh, she
my
can't
girl
do this.
Sitting at home, not even thinking about no niggas.
Right, like nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just as much as you looking at a bitch ass, she probably looking at a nigga dick print in them sweatpants. It is what it is. Like, I wouldn't want to picture it.
Gray sweatpants do be nice.
No, it's honest. Like,
but I say when you said reality, made me think of that. Babe, what do you think about when it comes to growing in love?
Growing in love, you know, just to tie it in, you know, I definitely think like, oh, you know, you guys said you guys are for a year, like a year. We're 3 years now. Okay. And you know, we changed a lot, like, you know what I'm saying, just like even from the time we met, like just like experience in life and things just will change you, like even when you don't want it to, like you know, even if you go through a hardship, it changes you. If you experience I don't know, like anything, betrayal or a job change or anything, it literally changes your perspective. It changes how you view things. And I think it ultimately, you know, changes your wants, your desires, and you start to look at things different. So we change so much that I think that you continuously almost have to love each other because you got to love the new parts of the person, like the wants and the desires and these new things. And I think to me, that's my definition of growing in love, because you constantly are growing into a new love each and every day, no matter where you are, because like today will be this way. And, you know, in a week, something may shift, like, you know what I'm saying, abruptly. And and it changes our thought process. And it's like, damn, now I have to learn to love that thought process. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or love this new desires that he may want, or vice versa. And, you know, and that's what I look to when I hear like growing in love. For and me, like I think what it looks like.
It's not even loving the new anything, right? It's loving who you are. Yeah. I relate a lot of things to like my passion, my career, because that's the one thing that I'm never going to stray away from. Yeah. If I can love you as much as I love my passion or my career, then that's what unconditional love is, right? Because it's not about loving your new train of thought. I can hate it, but I love who you are at the core, right? So I feel like, you know, a lot of times, I feel like as people, we have too many options sometimes. I feel like we feel like we can just do whatever the fuck we want. We can move however we want, no matter how, who it affects or whatever, right? Exactly. But that's not true. And I feel like we gotta get away from this temporary way of life, right? Like we gotta love, we can't love each other temporary. Because it's gonna be times where I don't fuck with you, there's gonna be times where you don't fuck with me. But if we love each other for real, to life, not to death, if we love each other to life, no matter what you do, as long as it's not compromising me as a human, right? Yeah. I should be able to walk with you through that valley, through those tunnels. And I think when I hear that, it's like, yo, it's really times where it's like, yo, man, I might be better without this shit. God damn, she might think the same thing. No, facts, but I'm being transparent. I'm being real. But it's not about that. It ain't about.
It's not. You know
what I'm saying? It's about
one thing.
Us. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just want to say, and one thing my mom taught me, because my parents are going on 26 years of marriage.
Wow.
She says she found the one thing that she knows she hated, but accepted it. So even if you guys are growing, but there's certain things that won't change, accept it and figure out a way to love it and pivot around it, because that may be the one thing you just can't get around. But it doesn't mean it's worth sacrificing the whole relationship.
Right. And you know, I'm big on, like, you know, sometimes I talk to my single friends, and they, you know, they want a relationship really, really bad, and they're like, they're going through this checklist and like, oh, you know, because my next nigga, he got it. And I just think that as long as nobody's going to check off all your boxes, but as long as they check off the most important ones that you absolutely need, the other ones you could work with. So I do think you could pivot. So like, you know, nobody is checking off all your boxes, period. Like it's not happening. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what ladies think that. I know you think you could go out here. Nah, because it's a nigga out there for you. I said nigger.
You definitely said, I was like, whoa. But I ain't saying anything.
Like, I was
definitely a hard R, because you nigger out there like, whoa.
A hard R? No, not like, you know.
Hey, are we still recording?
Hey, take a drink to mistakes. Take a drink to mistakes. Come on. Take y'all drink to mistakes.
Hard R's. Just take a shot to hard R's.
No, we're not taking a drink to hard R's. We're to mistakes.
Not in the nig, but like just, all right, cool.
Because he's trying to double back, like, no, we're getting away from that.
No, I'm going to tell you something. I need to redeem myself. I'm going to redeem myself. It's because here we go with Lex's drinks. So what happened was I still had...
It's that shot.
Good shot. You see how it's Lex. The drink is so good.
I'm going to tell you why, because what happened was the lemon was juicy, so the juice was still in my mouth. Pause.
Can we get another shot, please?
And when I was saying the earlier...
Another round of shots, obviously.
But yeah, what you were saying...
But keep them coming. Nobody's checking off all your boxes, but as long as they check off the most important ones, and when I say important ones, I mean like, you know, like the necessities. Like, is he family oriented? Like, is he understanding? Does he put in effort? Because I think that people think that everybody have to be this thing, but effort goes a long way. I had a business meeting last week, and we were just talking about the fact that, bro, I don't need you perfect. Effort is, as long as you're open and willing to try, just having somebody that's overly committed to trying with you. Like, I'm not perfect, but I don't see that's wrong with me, but you know what? I'll look into it, because that's what you said. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what bothers you. Yes. Or like that, you know, like it's just certain things your needs, your must-haves, but you're not gonna get everything.
That's great advice. It's crazy because my advice isn't as good as yours. My advice is a little more complex, and I say because my single friends be looking for girlfriends. I tell them don't. Straight up. Like, nah, you don't want to be in a relationship. And I say that because
that is not the views.
Do you say that because they're not evolved? Are they not evolved yet?
That's not the views of the Gemini.
So maybe they're not ready for a relationship.
I'm gonna tell you why.
They're gonna act up. Is that why?
That is Jay's views. It's not the views of the Gemini.
I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like you're gonna look for something. I feel like, and I said this before, like, we gotta get away from these temporary fixes. Yeah. That's what gets us in so much trouble in life, period. People want to have sex raw because it's a temporary feeling, then you catch a disease. People want to take a drug because it's a temporary feeling, then you get addicted. People want to do so many things in a temporary moment, and it fucks you up for life. Right? A temporary feeling can end your fucking life, period. So like, it's not only because you want a relationship for a temporary fix, but also because, when you find it, it's going to find you, and it's not only going to be the best thing you find, but it's going to be the hardest thing to do in your life because it's work into this. Yes. Like it's crazy because like we 3 years in, right? And I thought I knew a little bit about love. You know what I'm saying? Like what? I heard that. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it's hard. So like when I say don't, because like don't look at me and say, bro, I want to be like you. Nah. That's what you have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Like I said, bro, I wasn't looking for her.
Yeah, it came to me.
Like it just happened.
So when niggas say, bro, I'm like, bro, I understand that you might want that, but relax.
Yeah,
patient.
Don't go looking. I agree.
Don't go chasing.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Don't please.
Same man, play the joint in the background. Come on, guys.
So what I was gonna say is, I definitely agree. Do not go looking for love. However, I do not think it's anything wrong with wanting companionship. However, I do think it is one of those things that you need to more so be the person that says, let me work on the things that I can give to a relationship so that when it does find me, I'll be ready for it, because it does come with a lot of work.
But even that
it does come with a lot of work. Yeah.
I just feel like it's something like, so I never had kids, right? But I understand like having one now, I understand what people say when they say you're never going to be ready. Like people always say, I want to have a child when I'm ready. You're never going to, even though, so when you say like, look in the mirror at yourself to see what I can offer, so you can be ready when it comes when it presents itself. It's like no matter what because we are always evolving, because we are always changing, we're never going to be 100% ready for a committed relationship, because
I agree with
we're going to change.
I agree with that. However, I do think there's a certain foundation that you can have to build off of. So you might not. Nobody's ever. We're always, even like seeing something the other day. Like even the most spiritual person is always still on their journey. There's no such thing as I have arrived. Like you get what I'm saying? Like you were always on your way.
When you arrive, you're not
when
here.
You arrive, you're with God.
You're not
whatever
here.
You believe, whatever you believe in.
Like
when you have arrived, you're not here, and that's just facts. So I do think there's a certain foundation, and I wish I knew this when I was younger, just to dispute all the trial and errors. But I wish I knew that before giving myself to any man, there's a certain things I need to give to myself. Before.
Highlight that, please.
Like,
because women don't understand that, and they think they can just look to a man to heal their certain needs. Take yourself out and do some things and love yourself.
So that when I say fix some things with yourself, I mean just look at yourself and make sure you're even a woman or a man worth loving. Because like a lot of times, like and I say that in a way because like although you're never going to be perfect, I just think there's certain core values that you have to have in yourself just to even feel whole and like to move forward even with anything. So I definitely think I wouldn't personally advise like you could want a relationship all you want. I want $1 million. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I still got to put the fucking work in. Like you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like there's a lot of shit I want, but I got to put the work in for it. I got to do get the foundation ready to even receive it. Like you know what I'm saying? So and that's just what I mean.
So it's crazy about this thing called love. So like like I'm always being real, right? So like I woke up this morning, hi Sade, like what's going on? She been all standoffish. I'm like, what's going on? Like she ain't trying to talk to me and shit. She's like, she said something. She was like, it just worked. Like that's our relationship, whatever. And it made me frustrated, and I was upset.
I just want to say you need to highlight how you took that out of.
No, facts.
That was your own perception of how you took it. I just want to.
So I was upset.
I definitely have something to say.
Let me arrive. So like,
facts.
But I was really upset. It frustrated the fuck out of me because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? It's never good enough, right? Hearing you speak though, no. I mean, I feel like we all feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But hearing you speak and I'm just listening to you, and it's like, it reminds me of why I chose her to be my woman, right? And why I continue to love her the way I do and want to continue to make her happy, because like just hearing her speak on things, and I'm like, damn, like thank God for this podcast, because if it wasn't work, we probably wouldn't be having these conversations just regularly, right? Like, who the fuck is about to sit down and have these conversations?
Yeah.
But
well, correction, we have conversations, but sometimes we don't have them as in depth because there's not like, you know, we're human, so we always don't think, you know, like we feel ourselves sometimes, so it ain't that big of a problem where we need to sit down. But like when you really, the podcast has allowed us to really unpack. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is like a form, like people ask all the time, like it is actually a form of therapy for Jay and I, because like it helps us unpack. Like we might get to, what the fuck? What's going on?
Unpack.
No cap. Yeah.
So
I'm dramatic.
I'm over here looking like mine is filled to the brim.
Right, to the brim. Lex with 3 X's and 4 Y's. Lex in the city, like, you know, Lexi get her plugs in, boy. I tell you. So, but all that to say is, you know, I think it allows us to be more intentional with the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I think me and Jay was always people who got deep, but this allows us to get even more deep.
Yeah,
you
and
know
I
what I'm saying?
want to tell you that you definitely showed up and like, I love you, baby, for real.
Love you,
and you and just hearing you speak made me realize how much. Yeah, it did. Okay. It really did. What you been saying?
I love that. No, I was gonna say one thing because when I said the comment earlier, how I wanted to bro him. Sometimes you'll want to be. Sometimes people will think that they want a relationship.
What a Gemini could
and
never.
And then no, because he really
no
seriously, because he really is a great guy. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't need no man. I'm great right now. I'm just,
right. So, you know, that's a feeling though, and I think that I don't know if men know that, like the same way niggas. Sometimes girls be like, bro.
I said you gonna be my homie, dog. Like, don't get too attached.
Because we would always say that's the thing.
He came
she was getting the homie treatment.
First of all, Big Bro. Actually, I never got no homie treatment.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Let me tell you how Gemini's is kept.
Never.
Look, I bet you
never, and you know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me swing my hair over here.
Let's go to toxicity is here.
Because
he know that.
I bet you this will happen. I bet you this will happen. Jay, in the beginning of our dating, he tried to hit me with that. He was like, look, we just had sex, you know. Sometimes after I had sex with girls, I don't really like them like that no more. I was like,
I was being real.
Look, this is my, okay. Exactly. Guess what? Period. Where we at? 63 episodes in. 3 years. Clap me up.
Hey.
Okay.
Can we take a shot for love again? Love again. You made me love you again, baby. Love you again.
I'm stressed.
So speaking of growing in love, right? You know, one of my I don't even think I spoke to you about this yet. One of my scariest thoughts, honestly, is to work so hard at this relationship thing, right? And put so much in and fall out 15 years from now, right? That's one of my scariest thoughts, because it's like, yo, I don't understand why. Cause I see it happen, and I know I'm not exempt from nothing in life, but I don't understand why those things happen.
Right.
And that brings me to the point of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Yeah,
fully. The
you know that's a Libra Gemini mix. Sad, because they could have worked it out.
Yeah, but they were one thing. Like that was a powerful couple.
And one
those
thing I
are
want to
two
say,
different individuals.
Yes, no, but they're two different because
we
I
all
feel
are,
like
me and Sade is two different individuals.
No.
Nah, trust me.
I feel like
I understand.
Trust me.
Are we in unison that?
All you gotta add all the aspects. You gotta put all the aspects in the pot. You gotta put it all in the pot.
Yeah, because what makes the pot matters. Like what you throw in that pot does matter.
Listen, no. But I feel like if you're not even willing to heal, I feel like neither one of them have healed from what they've been through. So they came in toxic. That's the thing, bro.
So when you don't, I'm sorry.
It's too much business and personal,
right?
Too much of both.
Come on, because my sis Kim was not wearing colors for years, honey. Sis was in nudes and browns.
All I'm saying is, I can't.
Baby had her dressing homeless for years. I'm tired of hope.
All I'm saying is,
do I have to wear this?
Sis wore his Yeezys. Sis wore every pair of Yeezys for the whole marriage. Like, I mean, so I can't wear. So I can't wear a pair of Air Forces, no Dunks, no Nikes, no nothing. So, I gotta only wear Adidas. That's very limiting.
So what I was gonna say is,
it's hurtful.
I can't. We
like freedom.
I can't make that joke because, like, they say, don't throw stones. You live in a glass house, right? I'm never gonna. I'm rarely the one that's passing judgment because I gotta look at myself first. Okay. I feel like me and Sade is very different. I feel like we do different things because we with each other to be completely 100. Yeah. So I'm not gonna judge them because I feel like if everything y'all just said about them, I'm like, damn, that's me and Sade, literally. And I say that to say, you know what I'm saying, like. I feel like, just to go to y'all points, I feel like we do gotta allow each other to be ourselves. Exactly. We gotta be able to fall in love with who we actually are.
Because when Kanye even said, like, when they had the whole thing about, you know, he dresses her, styles her, whatever, you know, I felt like that kind of broke a piece of her off. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm a Libra. I like to creatively express. Yes. I know that, you know, he likes his solid colors, yes. But if I can't be in my patterns,
I'm upset.
You know what I mean? So that probably took a lot out of her. And I feel like, at the end of the day.
When it was like, I don't want my wife dressing like that anymore.
Right.
But that's how you met me.
Right. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
Nigga, you fell in love with me because I got here because of how I was dressing.
I do this.
Okay, right. This is what I do. And then you come out like, I don't want you dressing like that anymore.
But you said, y'all said something that caught my attention. You was like, you know, they both had to heal, right? Yeah. I feel like we both have to heal. Yeah. Like and I say that to say, like, I don't know why they chose to go the route that they went. But again, you know, that's one of my worst nightmares because it's like you put so much work in, right? You do
4 kids. Jeez.
You change so much
hard.
of your
some surrogates. That's
a
lot of money.
Like
out of pocket.
I grew up around mom and dad, like together.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. So I'm passionate about that. Yeah. There's no way we're just doing this 1.5 years for it to end. I don't do nothing for it to end.
The end goal is to,
you know what I mean? I don't do I always go the full length.
I'm glad he knows.
He's gonna marry you.
That's just who I am. Like, that's just who I am with everything I do. My life, period. That's always how I was built around structure. Like, you don't build a building and break it down tomorrow. Like, what are you talking about?
So I'm big on, like, you know, so I think every, like, for me, if you're dating, I think you need to have an end goal. Like, we have to be, like, are we dating for marriage? Like, I think dating without a purpose, I really don't.
It makes no
At that
sense.
point, just fuck. Like, because, like, but if you're going to date, like, have it be a purpose. But I do think, like, I feel like I don't have those set of fears only because I just feel like that's everything in life. And if I live in that fear, then I'm just living in fear because I could work a great job for 10 years. But if I'm in fearful that on my 11th that they're going to let me go, like, you know, I'm going to limit myself on how I do the job. Right. You know what I'm saying? How I approach it, what I bring to the table, because, you know, you guys might just let me go anyway. So I might do this much, but I'm not gonna do like this much.
Or
you know what I mean?
What about the other side of, you know, like me being in fear that I'm gonna get let go, that I go beyond, above and beyond because I don't want to get let go, right? So like for me and you, right? I think I look at things like Kim and Kanye, and like y'all said, right? Y'all spoke on like just the differences of style. Y'all spoke on the differences of like pain and trauma, and I look at things like that, and I like, you know, it was a point. Damn, we've been doing this for a little bit, like this 63 episodes, because there was a point even during the podcast when it was like, she would travel and would like, it kind of would be frustrating to me, right? And for me, it's like, okay, if I want this for the long haul, I gotta allow her to be her at any aspect of her life, and I have to accept that. That's why even last night, I bring up the conversation from last night, and I said, you know what? I'm accepting that my girl is probably saying, this nigga is fine. Not saying that I'm okay with it. Not saying that I want to picture it. It's just, we're human.
Right. Can I give her a perspective? No.
Home,
because seriously.
But we gotta accept all of them.
Because at the end of the day, like,
you
have to accept it, because at the end of the day, like, okay, she changed her wardrobe, but sis was still supporting him when he was out here doing rants on Twitter, talking about their daughter, all types of stuff. You know how, you know, he was afraid to conceive her or have her, whatever, all types of stuff. That's heavy, you know what I mean? So
very heavy.
She still stood by him throughout everything, even when he went through the Trump stuff. So that's why it's like the fact that I feel like they took so much out of each other and are calling it quits. It's heavy because we saw them fight for so long. It's like, wow, like, it really was exhausting as it looked like.
You
know?
And when it happened, people aren't surprised. It's not like it's
and I'm honestly, to be honest, I am pro. If it's not working, move.
Get out.
Because I think so many times, because
shit now.
No, I'm not on some shit because I think
I need a fucking
No, but so what I'm gonna say is, and this is why, because I feel like I don't know how hard they work to just even stay together.
Right.
But I do know even the work already in it is hard. So if we're just working to stay together, that's extremely exhausting. And after a while, you have to have enough respect for yourself to say, you know what? I love you. I love me. And this is not working, and we do not need to hinder each other's happiness anymore. Right. So I am pro that. I don't think it's ever okay to continuously, after a while, like, and I do mean, like, I'm not saying like don't work at your relationship, but it's exactly clear. What you're saying. It's fine. No, shut up.
That's that temporary feeling shit. When you feeling sad,
no,
like, I'm gonna just walk away.
Baby, it's okay. I'm not leaving you. Relax. So what are you
Y'all
talking
say
about?
that now. The next week. On today's episode of Gemini Scorpio podcast,
yeah, Jay and Sasha are breaking up. So, don't speak that in the universe.
Ain't going nowhere.
So I ain't going nowhere, babe. So, but what I'm saying is, you know, again, to me, what it looks like is that they did work until they couldn't.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And I think at that point, who's to say they even went longer than they should? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, it is facts. Like, sometimes people do hold on longer than they should, and then they're unhappy and they're settling and they're not getting what they deserve, and, you know, all these things. And I think I actually admire more when people are, I look at it two ways. It's either I love when couples are really working, doing the work, getting it done, unpacking, figuring out. But I also love when couples respect each other enough to say, you know what, I love you enough to not let you suffer anymore. And I think that is okay as well.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think, you know, again, I don't have any experience. My family wasn't married. I haven't seen it. I have no experience, but I just know from the little bit of experience that I have now, I just feel like we got to let go of so many expectations.
Yes.
We got to just let go. True. We got to allow people to be who they are. And if I say, like I said earlier, if I love you at the core, everything around that doesn't matter as long as it's not hurting me.
Exactly.
Right? And sometimes, and we gotta, I'm sorry, I don't want to preach, but you know how they say like God.
Vegan Jay.
You know how they say like
Alex
God,
would be proud.
You know how they say God grant me serenity to a certain thing I
Alex.
cannot change. To change things I can, but the wisdom to know the difference, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta understand the difference in what's hurting us temporarily and what's hurting us to the core, right? Because a lot of times we get our feelings hurt temporarily, and it's like, you know what, I can't do this. We tried. Let's just go our separate ways. And it's like, bro, did it really hurt you to the core that much? And I feel like our culture coming up, it goes with religion. Like it goes with so many things. That's why so many of us are spiritual because we can't put the work in to be religious. I'm gonna be real. I can't speak for everybody. I'm gonna speak for myself. I feel
I don't really agree with that.
I know, but a lot of people wouldn't because, you know, when it comes to being a Christian, when it comes to being a Muslim, is a set of rules you gotta follow, period. And I feel like a lot of people, they get so scared of those rules that it's like, you know what,
think that's
you can't
true.
live. You can't
I feel like, I mean, it is.
Because I'm gonna say this because I think I think some people fall in that category for sure, but I can't say that a lot of people. And the only reason why I say that because it just depends. Because I feel like even in religion, you know, it's not the set of rules I don't think that people can follow. I think some things just don't make sense. And if you can't
the
make
leader
it make
that they're
sense,
following,
the leader that they're following, or whoever is delivering the message, it doesn't make sense. And I am okay with if it does not make sense to me, I'm not gonna follow.
Exactly.
And I don't need to. You know what I'm saying? Because I have my own relationship with God. So if something you're doing, if I gotta go sip child's blood to fucking be down with this religion, 9 times out of 10, that makes no fucking sense to me.
No,
like, you know what I'm saying? Some people are sacrificing kids. Like, there's so many different religions that people don't even talk about. We just talk about the popular ones. We talk about, you know, these things, but there's a whole genre of religions that, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. Okay. That ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to follow those set of rules because I don't understand you.
I just feel like sometimes the new generation, us, not even Z, our generation, I feel like we're too free at times. It's like I can move too freely.
Can I say what? Come on, let me see what you want to say, sis. We might be on the same page.
Because the only thing I was gonna say is that I feel like we're considered free because just to quote, you know, J. Cole, he said he's the middle child. We are missing 2 generations, okay?
Yep.
So I feel like we are not too free. We are perfect in our generation because they needed this gap to be bridged because the older generation don't know what the fuck to do.
So
and the younger generation don't know.
They don't know nothing about that. So they need us. We are not too free.
So as my guy Justin would say, respectfully, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We're three people talking from a standpoint that we really don't understand, respectfully.
What do we not understand?
We don't have a deep history of family ties, and I want to ask you. I feel like I feel like your I don't know, but I feel like it's times where your family probably wanted to give it quits but they stood for more than just now.
But
that's why I say.
But I only can touch on that because like, yes, he has deep family ties. We may have been scattered. However, we come from a culture of families being torn apart for years. So we're not just the only three. Yeah. We're actually the majority. And I think that's what I'm trying to say, because like he's actually the minority to the situation.
What, though? But that's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking outside of that, right? In the world, if we wanted to talk about the majority, I don't want to be a part of the majority. The majority of us in the world are poor. The majority of us in the world are suppressed. So I want to be a part of that minority. I want to be a millionaire. It's not a lot of. It's not more millionaires than it's not. So I that's why I say respectfully. I just feel like we're so comfortable with being comfortable. We're so comfortable with being where we are.
I think that's what we were taught.
But
here's the thing, but that's what I don't like when people take away the credit, because you got to understand. That's what we were taught, but that's not to get it fucked up. Right. There's a lot of us who have became billionaires and millionaires and have set the tone, have graduated and literally broke those generational curses. To say as if like we're so far from the curve. Nah, it's a lot of us that's doing exceptional out of here. And there's great fathers out here. They try to set that apart, that narrative. There's great mothers out here. There's a lot of good going on even around that sentence.
I'm not saying that it's not a lot of them. All I'm saying is, I think the only difference between a millionaire and somebody that's not a millionaire is the sacrifices they make. So all I'm saying when I spoke on religion and everything, all I'm saying is I feel like when it comes to relationships and a lot of things in life, is a lot of sacrifices that we aren't willing to make because we're so comfortable and we're so free. I just feel like
I just don't like that statement.
That's just my opinion,
and that's okay for that to be your opinion. I'm not knocking your opinion at all. I just feel like I think you should speak for yourself, because I think no for real. Only because when you say a lot of us, because I think like sacrifice is really perspective. Yeah, like what I'm saying. So just because what you deem as sacrifice does not mean that she, him, me will agree with those same sacrifices, but it doesn't mean we're not sacrificing in another way. So I think that sacrifice is subjective. So that's the only reason why I said, so when you say a lot of people are not willing to make certain sacrifices, I don't really agree with that. I think that sometimes that when you're dating people, because sacrifice is so subjective, that sometimes it gets misconstrued because one person does not know what your sacrifice is for them and their sacrifice is this. So therefore we have a big misunderstanding. I don't think it's a lot of people.
And to piggyback off that, I just want to say, I know you say free, but I feel as though they didn't know what to do with us. I felt like we exceeded their expectations, and that's why they call it free. You see what I'm saying? You're saying free, but there's like a negative connotation with it. Well, and I feel like we are free because we did so much. We are so much higher than what they thought they could be. And we are bridging that gap. That's the thing. The older generation, they were torn from that. Our ancestors, you know what I mean? Were torn from that. They were the last saves in their families, the great fathers and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if we're bridging this gap, we're choosing to build family. You guys may be able to birth kids who have kids, and that lineage is tight. We are trying to do a similar thing. Exactly. See what I'm saying? So I feel like even though yes, we are free, you know what I mean? I feel like our people were bonded for so long that this generation being free is a good thing.
No, I know.
That's all I'm saying. So a positive connotation.
I definitely think it's a positive connotation. Okay. All I'm saying is I do believe that we speak from a perspective that is ignorant. And I mean ignorant with all due respect. I mean ignorant in the exact definition and just not knowing. And that's why I went to Ro. I said, I feel like I don't know the conversation that you had with your families, or your family, but I'm sure it was so many times where walking away may look better than what they were in. You know what I'm saying? And I was asking you, like, have you spoke to your family? Like, what do they talk about with their trials and triumphs and things like that, with their pains and with the times that they should have left? Have you had that conversation?
I mean, with my family, like, because how can I really explain? Like I said, I'm the youngest. So like I literally seen everything from like a far back standpoint. So like I said, with my mother, it's been like with my mother and my father's side, like when my dad got in that situation, like when he got sick and everything, it's like my father's side like took a step back from us. I'm like, why would Why would you do that?
When we need you most.
When we need you the most. So you feel what I'm saying? So like we gravitated more to my mom's side. You feel what I'm saying? Because they were there. Like they were physically there, you know what I mean? Emotionally, phone calls. Like my uncle would call us once a year. I'm like, it's like he went from being there every day to like stepping away when we really needed you the most.
And so, it's something I want to tie into that too. And I think like even in every family, even if you have a family, I feel like our generation picks what we should take and the negatives that we do not want to take. We say, you know what, I respect it, but I'm not teaching that to my children, or I'm not teaching that to the next. And I think that is the benefit of our generation, because their generation had no choice but to take everything. Like, no, you're gonna take what we gave you, because that's what that's your only option. But our generation, like, we know, because we know so much and we're so knowledgeable and we have the resource to figure out, we're able to say, you know what, that wasn't right. I love my family, but I'm not going to take that method. So like, for example, even to just use you as an example, like God forbid that happened to your niece or your nephew, you're not going to take that approach because you're like, you know what? I didn't like that. I saw that already. And that's not what I would take. However, this is what I'm going to give. And, but these are the positives that I'll bring from my family to the next generation. And I think that's what she's saying. Like, we are the gap where we get to decide what we want to bring that's positive and what we want to leave that has no service to the next generation. You know what I'm saying? So,
and one thing with him, he does have a large family, but the beauty that I see of his family is that they're all tied to their roots. Like his grandmother, his father's mother is still in Africa, you know? So it's like, I feel like we admire them because a lot of their family is here and we don't know our family. But if we actually were able to be in contact with them, we probably have more family here. So even though a lot of his family is here, there is still disconnect that, he has to work through. We both guide each other through, you know what I mean? Because there are certain discrepancies, like when his father got sick, it was hard for everybody and people like to blame people. So whenever you're looking for somebody to blame, there can create tensions.
And it's kind of like my family because, my mom's Jamaican. Most of our family is still over there. Like, you know what I mean? So even like when my grandmother passed 2 years ago, it was the same kind of disconnect. Like, so I definitely understand where that can come from.
And we heal from it. And but one thing, like I said, I admire is because they are so grand, they are so big, and they know how to stick together. You know what I mean? Even if there are tensions.
Even in the worst.
That's something that we can't do.
We still family.
Yes, that's something that we can't do. Is come together.
When I say free, I just think, just being, this is my experience. Just through my experience, I just feel like the only thing we stand for in my generation and what I see is us. And I feel like we got to stand for more than ourselves. It's more than just, okay, what's going to make me happy? Like, and I say that with all due respect and good intention. It's just, I feel like being free is being so in tune with ourselves when the world is so much bigger than who we are. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I agree with that to a degree, because I do feel like had more of us been able to be free enough to tap into ourselves, we would be whole enough to give everything we need into the world. And the fact is, we always been broken. We're still living with brokenness. We were born through the womb with brokenness. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I feel like it gave us a level of these sour situations. Had our parents been able to been whole and free, they would have been able to pour in and pour out a lot more than they were able to. So I like the positive connotation of free. Like, I do want people to get so in tune with yourself that you know yourself so much, you love yourself so much, so that way you have enough in your cup to pour.
But it's still like, a balance. Like, I'm not saying it can be positive. I'm just saying, like, it got to be a balance. That's it. I just feel like, like, it's sometimes even in relationships and even in whatever, like, it don't have to be about you. If we look deeper than who we are, then I feel like we will make better decisions. And I think that's really the sum of everything.
It's truth to that.
Yes.
Truth to that.
Definitely want to say, thank y'all for coming.
You guys,
thank you for having us. I really love the space that you guys are creating. I just want to say, I admire it. I love that Alex is a part of this because I've heard about so much through Alex and being here, witnessing it. I love seeing Black people come together and just share love.
I just love the entrepreneurship.
That's what we want to see, and that's what we want to promote. And I think we all need to encourage it. Just like, to piggyback off my aunt, when we do a series. And just know, I will always show love to everybody that was a part of her story, whether it was good or bad. You don't have to make us look like the bad people just because you don't understand their perspective. And that's the difference. And I appreciate y'all.
No, we thank you guys. And I really can't wait to see both of you guys on your journey, and then that's the one thing I do love about the podcast. And when we link with other people, I can't wait to come back and we all see each other some years from now. Like, we did it. You know what I'm saying? We did it. And, I think it's a beautiful thing. So, I definitely
I like the fact that we're able to tap into like all sides. Right? I think the one thing that's special to me about the podcast, and I just really started noticing this, to be honest, is the range, right? And when I say range, it's like, it's not just, we're not going to just get on here and be like, yeah, because I love my baby so much and I had to learn. It's nah, because this motherfucker might get on my nerves, right? Like
it's the real and the raw that, you know, people think they're alone, like, you know, so they're afraid to say it sometimes. Like some people like, I can't say that because I don't want nobody to think this, but like really they going through the same things, you know, and I think just having that space where people can kind of connect and be like, you know what, I ain't the only one. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that really is just positive because everybody's so filtered for the world, you know what I'm saying? And it's losing a lot of transparency, and like the more transparent we all are, we allow somebody else to do the same, so that way they can unleash and more relax.
And not even just that, like I think is the way we do it. That's why I say the range, right? Like, because I feel like I've seen podcasts, they talk about the ups and downs in a relationship. But it's what I like is really the way we are able to connect. Like we're able to connect man and woman like we are homies, right? But that's my woman, that's my girl, that's I'm her man. But we're able to connect like, fuck is you talking about? Like, you know that, like, I love that too.
My lover and my friend.
Yeah, so I definitely
very important.
Appreciate you guys.
I straight know you for a long time, shorty. I can never cross a line, shorty.
We gonna stop.
You know,
I guess we gonna end that, man.
Jay about to have an event. Jay about to have an event. It's gonna be karaoke. It's gonna be lit. He got the band. It's about to be popping. Can't wait to talk about it next Sunday.
Shout out you. Show me a different side of you today.
It's the two shots. It's the two shots.
It's definitely not the two shots.
I want you to know
the
Libra Scorpio energy is there, okay? Because my sisters, okay, my Scorpio sisters know.
That's my first time ever saying something like that on podcast.
No, I did that before.
But you've definitely showed me a different side of you today. I love it.
Monique different. Monique knows me.
I feel like you tapped. No, I know you, but I feel like you tapped into. But it's a positive. I feel like y'all taking all my words and twisting it. Like, God damn.
I'm just joking.
I'm saying I think you tapped into a good side. Like, definitely. I feel like you tapped into your personality.
That means it's good energy in here. It's good energy in here. You know,
I'm just getting on the energy wave, but whatever.
You're not getting on it. You're on it, baby.
It's the energy for me. Hey, he's
so rude, bro.
I'm flowing in energy. Hey, no cap. I just want to say, Joe is over there. You know, Joe is Scorpio. He's over there like,
my guy. It's my guy,
he's
Joe.
Like, I can't believe it. No, because he probably believe that energy shit. So he's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my friend. Like, but nah. No cap. I just want to say,
thank y'all.
Yo, no problem. If we can just say where we can follow you guys and everything. What you guys
can follow me at Sasha Turnbo, Instagram and Facebook. I don't have Twitter.
BlaxkRo, BlaxkRo.
BlaxkRo, you said you got your merch coming out. New project,
Golden Boy.
Let's talk about it.
Come out. We're aiming for the summertime.
Okay.
So,
look out for him.
Look out for him, please, man.
New book.
Yes, new book coming out. Okay. August 9th, my aunt was a Leo. Okay, so we'll be dropping the book on her birthday. Yeah. And then the cosmetics line will be coming out.
Leo. I love him.
Yes, I love Leo.
Her aunt's birthday the same day
as his dad. Yes. So we're both honoring our, you know,
amazing.
It's already written, honey.
It's written.
It's already written, sis.
Okay. We love it.
Here to play the role.
We love it.
Yo, definitely want to say thank you to the subscribers. Hey, moment of transparency again. We definitely say thank you for everybody that's still locked in. Yes. You know, fucking with us through the journey. Make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you
ring that bell.
Yeah.
That's it.
hit the notification. I told you, look, she's tapping into her personality, man. Make sure you tap the bell, the notification sign. Yo, make sure you go to the Anchor. Please go to the Anchor and donate. Make sure you please donate so we can use it.
Audio drops every Monday. Video drops every Wednesday on YouTube.
And I think we're about to make some changes.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna.
We got a lot of things coming.
I think we're gonna make some. I think I got this new job. I got a little bit more time. I ain't gonna say it right now, but Wednesday might. I don't think we're gonna do the Wednesday.
We're gonna switch the day up. All right, well look.
We're gonna see.
So no, we gonna hopefully let's just
video on Monday.
But no. I just want to say thank you.
Jay's the editor, so don't bang on me.
But yeah, man. Gemini Scorpio podcast episode 63,
and we out.
It's a wrap. Gang, gang.